Sitting comfortably in any cross-legged position, keeping the hands facing down over the knees, the back is straight, the eyes are closed. What we need for our class today are 2 blocks, 2 cushions, and a blanket. Gently open the eyes, release the legs in front of you, and we keep the legs bent with the feet slightly apart to move into Starfish Pose. What we need is a block between the feet or slightly behind the feet. Start placing the hands on the mat, possibly the forearms on the mat, inside the legs, or if you're a little more flexible, try and slide the arms under the legs, holding on to the toes. Set your block on the highest side, the middle, or the lower to support the forehead, and hold the position. We're going to hold each pose for a few minutes, making sure you are comfortable. If there is any tension at the lower back, use a folded blanket or a cushion to support your hips. If there is too much tension in the hamstrings, you can slide the legs slightly back towards you. As you inhale, lift the head up, slide the arms back inside the legs, support the back, keeping the knees apart, move the legs gently from side to side. Shake the legs in front. Getting ready for our next pose, half butterfly. Keeping the right leg open out, bend the left leg and lift your hips up to make sure you're balanced properly onto both hips. Turn the hips towards the right leg. Place the hands either side of the leg, making sure you have a block next to you, and use it on any side, the highest, the middle, or the lowest, to support your forehead. As your body relaxes, you can change the position of the block. On the next inhale, lift your head up, slide the hands back, removing the block. Bring the legs in front of you, supporting the back. Gently move the legs from side to side, keeping the legs apart. Let's move back into half butterfly, bending this time the right leg in, left leg is open out, balance onto the sitting bone, and place a block in front of you. Turn the hips to the left, slide the hands down, hands are either side of the leg, and use the block to support the forehead. Adjusting the block after a few breaths, moving it down to a lower side if possible. Inhale, lift the head up, slide the hands back, remove the block, bring the legs in front, keeping them apart, support the back, and gently move the legs from side to side. Our next pose is Dragonfly, opening both legs out, placing one block in front and making sure we're balanced onto the sitting bone by lifting the hips up and down again. If the legs are too wide apart, you're most welcome to bring them slightly closer. Bring the hands in front. Gently walk the hands down as you support the forehead onto the block. Again, you can start with the block on the highest side and adjust it as your body relaxes into the pose. Inhale, lift the head up, slide the hands back. Bring the legs back to the center, keeping them apart, support the back, and gently move them from side to side. Support the back, shake the legs in front. Come up onto the knees and use the blanket to support the knees. Place the hands in front, coming up into a tabletop position. Take one block to support the forehead and start walking the hands forward, placing the forearms down onto the mat into melting heart, supporting the head with a block on any side or releasing the head down if you're flexible enough, not needing the block. Inhale, head up, Slide the hands back, open the knees out, and move into a wide-legged child's pose. You can keep the arms stretched out in front. You can bring the arms by the sides of the body, or you can place the arms down on the mat. Bend them, placing one hand on top of the other, and rest the forehead onto the hands. Inhale, lift the head up. Come up onto your knees again. This time we're going to need both blocks in front of us. We start with the knees apart, moving into puppy pose. Placing the elbows onto the blocks, palms together, releasing the head down between the arms, between the blocks. Feeling the stretch in the shoulders, in the triceps. Holding the position. You can adjust the block, the highest side, the middle, or the lowest side. As you inhale, release the posture, walk the hands back, release the blocks, come into a tabletop position. We're going to release tension in the shoulders, starting at the right shoulder, sliding the right arm under the left, keeping the left hand on the mat, or stretching the left arm in front. The right shoulder should be on the mat. As you inhale, bring the left hand back, come up into a tabletop position, getting ready this time to release tension at the left shoulder. Sliding the left arm under the right, either keep the right hand next to the head or walk the hand forward, stretching the right arm. The left shoulder should be on the mat. Inhale, release the posture, come back up into a tabletop position, separate the knees and sit back, moving into a wide-legged child's pose. Inhale, lift the head up, slide the hands back, remove the blanket, and we're going to move into Swan Pose, bending the right leg in front so that the right knee points to the front. The right foot can be either close to the groin or we can open the leg out. Using the blanket to support the right hip if needed. The hands can either be in front of the right leg or slightly behind. Keeping the gaze to the front or closing the eyes. You can also use the blanket to support the left thigh if needed. On the next inhalation, we slide the hands to the front, moving into Sleeping Swan, bringing the forearms down onto the mat can either use the block to support the forehead, starting from the highest side, or the middle one, or the lowest side, or bringing the head down onto the mat. Inhale, head up, slide the hands back, bend the right leg, lift the hips. We're going to move into a wide-legged child's pose. Inhale, head up, come up again into a tabletop position, this time bending the left leg so that the left knee points to the front. Left foot can be either close to the groin, or we can open the left leg out, supporting the left hip with a blanket if needed, or placing the blanket under the right thigh. The hands can be in front of the left leg or slightly behind, holding that position, gazing at a point in front, or keeping the eyes closed. Gently moving forward into a sleeping swan, using one of the blocks to support the forehead if needed, the highest side, the middle, the lowest side, or if possible, placing the forehead down onto the mat. Inhale, head up, come up, bringing the left leg back. We move back again into a wide-legged child's pose. Inhale, head up, slide the hands back, stretch the legs in front, and gently lie on the mat, taking few breaths in corpse pose. As you inhale, come up, take one of the blocks to support the hips into a supported bridge. Now we're going to place the block anyway on the highest side, the lowest, or the middle side at the sacrum. So supporting the sacrum, whatever side you're comfortable with. Keeping the legs bent up. Arms are next to the body, open out with palms facing up. Allow the sacrum to relax. Allow the lower back to relax. If you are comfortable in this position, straighten the legs, walking the feet down, keeping the legs relaxed for a deeper stretch at the lower back, a deeper release of tension at the sacrum. As you inhale, bend the legs, lift the hips to release the block. Release the hips on the mat and bring both knees to the chest. Hold them. As you hold them, flatten the lower back onto the mat. And hold this position for a little while before starting to roll the body gently from side to side. Our next pose is Reclined Shoelace, crossing the right leg over the left, placing the hands either on the feet or clasping the fingers, placing the hands onto the knees, bringing the legs towards the body. Now we have the right leg on top. You should feel a slight release of tension at the right hip. As you inhale, release the legs, bring both knees to the chest and hold them, gently moving the body from side to side. Repeating for the other side, this time we cross the left leg over the right and holding the legs either with the hands, with the fingers clasped over the knees or placing the hands over the feet, bringing both legs closer to the chest. This time feeling a release of tension at the left hip. As you inhale, release the legs, bring both knees to the chest, hold them, and gently move the body from side to side. Coming up into a sitting position to get our blocks ready for our next posture. Reclining fish. We are going to place one block sideways between our shoulder blades and one block on the lower side where we can rest our head. Our feet are together, legs apart. We can support the thighs by placing cushions under them or leaving the legs down towards the mat. Arms are apart, palms are facing up. Hold the position. As you inhale, lift the head up, lift the chest up, removing the blocks from the mat. Moving back down onto the mat, bringing both knees to the chest, hold them and gently move the body from side to side. Getting ready for our next posture, banana pose. We start by releasing the legs down onto the mat so that our body is straight. Arms by the sides of the body. And then we bring the arms up over the head and we turn the upper part of the body to the left. Then we turn the legs to the left so that our body is in the shape of a banana. We can also place one hand on top of the other to support the head. And for a deeper stretch, crossing the right leg over the left. We should feel a stretch all the way down the right side of the body. Inhaling, come back to the center. Body straight, arms next to the body, and bringing the arms up again over the head. Turning the upper part of the body this time to the right. Then turning the legs, bringing the legs to the right for a deeper stretch. Crossing the left leg over the right. Keeping both legs straight, arms are straight or bent, one hand on top of the other, resting under the head. Inhale, come back to the center, releasing the arms down, adjusting the body, shaking the legs, bringing both knees up to the chest, holding the knees, moving the body gently from side to side. This time we open the arms out, palms facing up, bringing both legs down to the left side as we look to the right. Feeling the twist in the spine. Inhale, bring both legs to the center. Exhale, both legs move down to the right and the head turns to the left. Inhale, bring the legs back to the center, and exhale, release them down. Adjust your position, resting in corpse pose, legs apart, toes pointing out, arms apart, palms facing up. We're going to hold this position, visualizing each part of our body relaxing from the toes up to the head. Once the body is fully relaxed, we're going to hold this state of relaxation for a few minutes before opening the eyes.